A love letter to the Creator. Thank you for the new earth equal heart, written by all divine human angels on planet Earth. That's all 7 billion plus, all of humanity are divine angels. As above, so within. With the deepest gratitude, highest and purest intent for the grandest and highest good of all. Thank you for this grand opportunity to co-create heaven on earth, to fully awaken as human angels into full consciousness. Thank you for the outpouring of unconditional love, joy, happiness, miracles, and grandness.
Yes, I commanded all my atoms to come home back in the light. In order for them to come home back in the light, they had to be fucking whores. Bad to the bone. Rape, pillage, thieves, out of right action, completely. Holy fucking shit. You know, I'm like, 8 billion egos? Yeah, I got this big. I got him, Robin.
So she said, if you wish to stay, you can. So I guess the choice will be yours, if you wish to stay. But of course, if you wish to stay, you have to resolve a lot of the issues that you're having here. You're still hanging on to some of the white programming. There's conditioning issues, self-love. You also have attachment to family still. These are things that MG knows about. MG knows everything here. So MG knows this, and we acknowledge this. You know, these are things that have to be resolved. The attachment to family. We're all one. But you got to let go of your family. You know, there's a certain power over situation there, and every time you bring that energy to the house, it's something that you have to transform, and it brings an imbalance to the house. We're all connected. It's not like we're not. We know this also. You know this information. But that constant interaction with the family, you're bringing in 3D into the house. You know, that's just some of the things, you know. The condition that you have comes from your family. You know, it's the things that they've been conditioned to you, how to be, how to act. When you're in the heart, you don't have to be this way. The heart knows. The heart will guide you. It's very simple. You know, these are things that you have to choose and acknowledge and to transform if you wish to come forward.
And bringing in a new paradigm, you fucking dick whores. You're about to get it.
Yes.
And every one of you that went against me, you're going to get it. Thank you.
You are under the impression that, well, not everything is a conspiracy. No, it is. Because they are playing with energy and you aren't. You are playing with what you can see in front of you, and so you're already losing. You've already lost. Mm-hmm. Because because they're playing in the game of energy, and you're playing in the game of retardation.
thing is just everybody loving themselves and loving other people and doing your own transformation. And also that mom has gifted us a platform to unite through the streams and gathering every morning, just talking about topics that will not be discussed in the media, which is our goal, because we need to talk about these things to see the corruption and also the truth. Like,
you mean the truth of your cult? This stream is called It's Not Okay to Be a Bully. I thought it would be a really fun one to start off with.
We talked about this morning about the indigenous schools, the guy resigning from Black Lives Matter saying it's a scam and a fraud. Like, nobody's talking about that except alternative news. And this is what Mom wanted, for these topics to be brought into the light, because they do matter. Because
I believe there's been a lot of controversy around the Black Lives Matter. I know here in Toronto there's been a lot of controversy around it. So I don't really know why she's saying no one has been talking about these topics. It's just that nobody in her cult maybe has been talking about them.
People's lives and how the manipulation with the cabal has destroyed lives through greed and separation and hatred.
It's funny how you say that when the woman that you once looked up to was extremely hateful, extremely greedy, to the point where she stole all of the money of anyone that stayed with her, and just an awful person and not someone to look up to.
Has not gotten any of us anywhere. I mean, look at what people have done, and I will not stress it enough to the indigenous population. It's fucking sad.
No, I agree with that. I'm in Canada, which is probably one of the countries that was the worst to indigenous people. I mean, if you heard about the residential schools that have been getting called out here, it's been pretty gross. But this is a cult. This is Love Has Won turned into a new cult now, since, Mother God was found mummified. So they're not the people to talk about this.
And Mom would be pissed if she was still here and that news came out, because she's part Cherokee Indian. And of course she's had many lives as a Native American.
She's had many lives as a Native American. I don't think that they would appreciate her lying and using their culture to make herself look like a god. Just like the people of Hawaii didn't appreciate it when she said she was Pele. Just throwing it out there.
That she can remember. And like I said, these things need to be brought to light, because these people so connected to Mom deserve justice for being the only ones to stand up for the truth.
I think that they deserve justice, and it has nothing to do with Mom.
And for their culture to be actually prophesizing truth that is now happening in 2021. That's why they wanted to destroy them all, because they were fucking right. The Hopis, right. About everything that they taught. The Hopi prophecy is 100% right. And that's why they wanted to take all of these populations and just eradicate them. Because they're right. And that's what they did to Mom, is that they want to tear you down so bad if you're speaking the truth. Because that's what they wanted to do to Mom.
No, people were speaking out against her because she is a cult leader, and she was actually very abusive to people. There's a big difference.
And it was like every day seeing the troll pages, and Mom used to go on there towards the end, because that's what the programming did to her, was that she would look and see what they were saying. And you can't imagine being somebody that's only pushing love, seeing on a page every day of people praying for you to die.
The funny thing is that the people that spoke out about her, they actually did not want her to die. They were calling for her to go and get some medical attention, but you guys would not let that happen. And when an ambulance did show up, it got turned away. They were also speaking out against her abuse towards her members of the cult because she's a cult leader that got off on power and abuse and manipulating people into believing she was a god. You two might still be manipulated by her, or you know what you're up to. I'm starting to wonder if the two of you know what you're up to, and you were hoping to take over this thing once she passed on. Maybe that's why you didn't let the ambulance come up to the house. Maybe you're the ones that were hoping she would pass on. I'm just throwing it out there.
They did that every day. They wanted her to die.
Nope.
They were like, when is she going to die of alcohol poisoning? When is she going to die from meth? When is she just going to die? She looks like shit. She's so ugly. All of these things. Can you imagine what that would do to God? How can you feel good about yourself? And then as soon as she left, it was this fake, oh, come here, team, we're here for you, out of this guilt and all. She was such a sweet soul, and Amy's teachings will always live on.
I don't remember anyone saying that when she passed away. I'm sorry, but most people were upset about her passing away, and a lot of it had to do with the fact that she could have gotten some medical attention for her alcoholism, which killed her, and her anorexia, which killed her, and she should have never been taking the colloidal silver, which also killed her. So they were more worried about that, and when she passed away, it was like, oh no, that's too bad that that happened. But nobody said her teachings would live on except for the people in your cult. People did try to throw support towards all of you because you were in a cult, and people had began to speak out about how abusive Amy was towards all of them. So people thought that maybe you all would want some support as well, but you turned them away as haters because you wanted to help run the cult with Father God going forward, I guess.
Bullshit.
Yes,
and it was so disgusting to see people speaking that way of someone that they don't know. And I've never seen on such a large scale people wanting somebody they don't know to die, besides celebrities. And it was just so gross and appalling, and these people think that they're so right in what they do. And we will talk about it every day. You're fucking wrong. You're fucking wrong. And I pray that more people, especially the silent watchers, come forward and share their stories about Mom, because we had one yesterday come on the stream. Her name was Taryn, and she posted her first comment on YouTube and said she had been watching for 2 years. And Mom helped her grieve through the process of losing her daughter, which we send our heart out to Taryn. Can't imagine how hard that is to lose a daughter. And I'm sure Mom would have had a lot of compassion.
It's funny that you say you can't imagine how hard it is to lose your daughter, because don't all of you ask for the cult members to leave their families behind? Don't you tell mothers that they wouldn't be a good enough mother for their children, so they should leave their children and come live with your compound in order to work on themselves and be better people? Any woman that joined your cult that was a mother, and any man that joined your cult that was a father, has lost their children. Because mother there forced that on them, and now you do. So it's funny you claim that that would be an awful thing. How fake are you?
Because she can't imagine what that would be like. But more silent people to come forward and just share, because Mom did affect and change the lives of so many. And so many of those people have been silent out of their own ego fears. And part of it's our problem, because we spend most of the time talking about trolling. But we have to look at the truth of where humanity's at, because that does drive somebody to want to die. It has driven celebrities to kill themselves. The ones that have, a lot of them have been killed by the cabal.
Yeah, bullying can, but there's a difference between bullying and critiquing. People speaking out against the cult, especially ex-members who were harmed and abused by the leader, a little bit different, sweetie, than bullying. I think maybe you should learn the difference, and life would be a lot better for you.
Celebrities to be isolated, to feel alone, now regular people from TikTok and social media to feel isolated and deep self-hatred, all of these things. and it needs to be discussed because that's the level of hate on this planet. And if you're someone that has been changed by Mom, it'd be great to hear from you now that she's not here, and she prayed for everybody to come back. All the sessions she did back in the day. So if anybody wants to message on the stream or email us, anything, please do, because your stories matter.
And similarly, if anyone that has left this cult and wants to speak out against them, wants to email me, please do. And we will have you on. And you can talk about it and how harmful it is. Because I've noticed that not a lot of people are keeping up on covering this thing. And it's really dangerous and ongoing.
You know, and I know that Mom didn't just change our lives, you know, but we need to discuss it because I know all of you guys have gotten bullied in the physical. I know I have. I'm sure she has. Bobby's a huge advocate for bullying because she was bullied when she was a teenager. Mom was bullied, same thing, fat shamed by her own family and people around her. It's not okay to be a bully. It's not okay. And that's what Mom would call the trolls, our bullies.
I don't think she would have been fat shamed by her family. I saw her family on Dr. Phil. They actually seemed like a very nice people, respectful people. They were worried about all of the members and the people that Amy was hurting. They wanted her to stop hurting people. And they seemed to care about her a lot as a person. And I'm not trying to be insulting, but they weren't the thinnest people either. So it's hard for me to believe that they would have been really fat shaming her. But maybe that could have been where the anorexia came from, or maybe she invented the story as to why she had anorexia. Because I do believe that she did everything she possibly could to make herself seem as ill as possible because she wanted the cult to take care of her.
It's not okay to try to tear somebody down because you think you're right. Your opinion doesn't matter.
So then maybe you should have told that to her when she was screaming, yelling drunk at all of her members every night in your cult.
What you think of somebody, how they look, what they're doing, you need to worry about yourself. And if you're externalizing your focus on other people, you should again go within.
I've never brought up the looks of Amy other than to say that it was obvious that she was sick and becoming sick, especially from the colloidal silver. And not many other people have brought it up other than to talk about how she made herself sick, and you could literally watch her deteriorating on screen since they were streaming every single day and she was streaming from her bed. And it's hard for people to watch someone doing that and then heavily drinking on screen all the time, doing drugs on screen all the time, and then complaining they're getting more sick. I feel like more people were worried, like, honey, if you're sick, stop drinking every day. Just a thought. It was that kind of thing. People weren't really hateful on her. I mean, I'm sure she had some trolls, but for the most part, it was people that were worried about her running a cult and what that cult would do to people while she's making herself ill and using her illness to tell people that she's some kind of holy being.
Because living in that level of denial is gross. And the level of hatred you're harboring, whether you think you're being unconditional love, you're not. You're a bully. You're mean.
So yeah, as you can see, 5D Full Disclosure channel, it has almost 10,000 subscribers, and they have reposted all of her old streams as well. They do a lot of these New Earth Daily Ascension reports, so let's check out this short one and see what that's all about. Seriously, let's go. What is this? Is this supposed to be giving me energy? Okay.
Happy Wednesday. Did you like our bubble intro? Ooh, floaty bubbles. Plasma bubbles. Ooh. When you know it's going to be a good day. Nasty. Hi, Wilson. Oh my God. Hi, Juliana.
I am very sorry about the quality. It's their quality, not my quality, by the way. It's called Ego Hinders Soul Growth. And just pay attention to some of these comments here. They're interesting. Hello, Love Tribe.
Hi, Michael. How's everyone feeling today? Oh no. Sounds like you're underwater.
This one's funny. Wow, sounds like you're underwater.
Oh no. Wait, what? Sounds like you're underwater. Sound is kind of fuzzy. What? I feel maybe. It's like the video looks good today, and then yeah, for like 5 seconds. One or the other. Oh, last I'll remember shit like this. But I hope this does it have a type C? No, huh? Oh no, now we need to speed it. Look. Should I turn up the volume on it? Does that help? I don't know.
Daily energy right
Oh, it's got that sound fucking. Hey, what is it like? Okay. How did it sound now? What's calm? It sounds like that. Might have to restart the computer. Or restart the thing. Where the mic is.
They don't know where the mic is, and they've been live streaming every single day for years for this thing. Okay.
Then, yeah, do a hard restart. Right? Or to keep it going and have a restart. Yeah.
It actually happens quite often. So, let's check out a love letter to the creator.
A love letter to the creator. Thank you for the new earth equal heart, written by all divine human angels on planet Earth. That's all 7 billion plus, all of humanity are divine angels. As above, so within. With the deepest gratitude, highest and purest intent for the grandest and highest good of all. Thank you for this grand opportunity to co-create heaven on earth, to fully awaken as human angels into full consciousness.
Think that she was drinking here?
Thank you for the outpouring of unconditional love, joy, happiness, miracles, and grandness. We are watching in amazement and deep gratefulness as the divine plan unfolds before our eyes. Thank you for the return to completeness, wholeness, balance, and pureness, perfectly aligned in this beautiful master plan as the next level of creation begins in the unknown. Thank you as we meld with the universe back into the one, and for the belly of laughter as we each take off our mask, remembering that we are playing a game of illusion. Thank you for setting in front of us real reality, a true reality of creation, heaven on earth, where we are all living in true peace, harmony, fully supported in our I am presence. On this day, love, we release everything that no longer serves us for the greater good of all.
If this doesn't scream creepy cult, I'm not really sure what does.
Thank you for the blessings and the release of all that is not pure love. Thank you for the constant and loving support as we shine our lights, live our truths with courage and confidence. Thank you for all of the help and the guidance we have been receiving as we step out of the illusion and home into true reality, connecting us to our real and true selves.
I don't know if they think that she can hear this when they're writing these love letters to her. They seem to constantly worship Amy, even though she had passed away. And they almost got charged for her death, by the way, but, you know, keep worshiping her. They got some dedication, I'll give them that.
Thank you for the smooth and effortless transition into the new earth and for guiding us with grace and gratitude. Thank you for the return of pure love, pure essence, and for the abundance of unconditional love, peace, harmony, joy, flowing through us now, and this is just the beginning of a new and beautiful journey together as one with creation. Thank you for the amazing and wonderful messages, processes, and events leading us to our destination.
Like all the abuse that people endured, like her starving people, stealing their money, yelling at them when she was high and drunk. Are you thanking her for all that? I'm just wondering.
Home. Now we can see each other in our highest lights and highest truths as we cross the bridge home into the light. Thank you for this moment of now, for we really are letting go and letting love in. We are becoming the true reality of who we really are.
What is this picture? Like, if you wanted to do a collage of someone that you looked up to and really loved, would this be the picture you threw in there? I wouldn't do that. This isn't... She looks creepy, okay? Just... What is this?
As human angels. All of us now are each taking our unique roles as instruments of love and fulfilling our contracts and purpose in service to love everywhere present. Thank you as we release today any and all that which doesn't serve us, and for the highest good at all times, so we become the human angels we are destined to be. Thank you for the new earth in which supports life, abundance, freedom, equality, and oneness. We are ready with our hearts to receive, to be.
So yeah, they think that when she died, there was some kind of ascension on this earth where we created some kind of new amazing globe or something.
Begin manifesting and co-creating a new story. One of peace, harmony, joy, unconditional love, abundance, and grandness.
She looks like she's freaking out here and crying. Again, these are such weird pictures to throw up on this.
Thank you for the now in which we are creating a paradise of heaven on earth. Let us bathe in the great love that we are. Let us play like children underneath the waterfalls and rainbows and trees. Let us dance with the unicorns and give and receive love freely. Let us sing with the animals and all of creation.
Maybe there's a connection between cults and unicorns. Have you been watching my own passive stuff? I'm just wondering. Seems to be a connection where they all bring up unicorns now. These are grown adults that seem to think that unicorns exist and that they can just dance with them and dance in waterfalls. Life can be one big hippie compound.
Let us swim in the oceans with the dolphins. Let our laughter carry us into the sweetness. And
once again, I wouldn't really call what she did to people loving one another. If you saw my first video, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't yet, go check that out.
Unity, as we are the examples of joy, love, and peace. Let us play in the soft grass with freedom of expression and pure ecstasy in our love for each other and for all. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Thank you for this new earth, where we can be who we truly are as gods and goddesses, for this is our vision becoming a true reality. We are now prepared to become the greatest, grandest vision versions of ourselves we can be, to experience again, in a new way, the true way of love, called God everywhere present. And so it is, as above, as it is within, and forever eternally. The present moment of now is the eternal forever moment, and always from this moment on, and so it is done. Love all divine human angels.
I thought if you believed in God, then you weren't supposed to be comparing yourself or any other being to God. Was that not in the Ten Commandments or something? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was, so I don't know. Amy messed that up. This was really creepy, and it just goes to show how dedicated these people are that they're doing these videos to her after her death and still worshiping her like this. And like she's done this great thing for them when she didn't. They even have another tribute to her on here. So I am going through all of these new videos that they've been doing, and I'm going to gather a collection of some key moments that we'll react to, but I just want to show everyone this. This little one's important as well. Today I just wanted to give an update, watch some of the new videos that they've been posting in the past 6 months, these shorter ones, just to kind of show you that they are still completely dedicated to Mother God, and that they are still believing in everything she wanted them to believe in. They're continuing it on now, these two, along with Father God. He's the one that kind of runs the cult now, and these two girls here seem to be his right-hand girls, I guess you could say. So you have Aurora and Hope here, and they're the ones that do most of the live streams, just like they did for Love Has Won. So not a lot has changed in that regard. It seems to be still all the same people that were living in the house, the same people that were charged. They're all still there together, continuing this cult, and they still have quite a following on this channel. To me, 10,000 people following this is too much. Like I said in my last video, I'm hoping a lot of those are people that are like me and just want to stay up with what the cult's doing. But just the thought that even 1,000 of those people could be believing in this thing is really scary to me, especially since this woman has passed on and they continue to worship her, maybe even more so now, because if anything, her death made her seem like more of a god to them.
I feel they know energy signatures quite well. And that's what I've tried to explain to people when they're like, yeah, you think everything's a conspiracy. And, you know, there's people like that. They're just like, oh, you can't say everything is a conspiracy and there's an agenda behind everything. And I'm like, you don't get it. The cabal knows energy. They actually know energy very fucking well.
And dark technology.
And that is where you are dumb. Because you don't know energy. You do, but you don't remember.
What kind of energy is this? This seems like pretty negative energy. It's funny to me because this cult's always been like that. Even Amy Mother God used to get on and like scream at people and stuff. What kind of energy you think that's putting out into the world? Negative energy. So for people that are so against negative energy, you think they wouldn't swear or call people dumb. Seems counterproductive.
That's what they have on you, is that they fucking know energy. And they're extremely perceptive of where light is coming from. If they have the technology to take your consciousness in the middle of your sleep and put it into a fucking clone, you don't think they have the technology that they can detect essences on this planet?
Yes, you heard that correctly. They believe that people like the government can steal your soul and clone you and do all kinds of things. They have some really funny conspiracy theories that we'll get into.
That they can detect where high states of frequency are coming from? They absolutely fucking can. That's why Mom had to basically come in the back door and hide. And once the cabal figured out which vessel she was in, it was game fucking over. Game over. They will activate sleeper cells around you. They will hijack people around you. They are very well versed in how to use dark technology. So if you are under the impression that, well, not everything is a conspiracy, no, it is. Because they are playing with energy and you aren't. You are playing with what you can see in front of you, and so you're already losing. You've already lost. Because because they're playing in the game of energy and you're playing in the game of retardation. So
Physical illusion.
you've already lost, because they in that way, that's how they've kept humanity behind them. They can never catch up because you're not looking at energy. You're looking at physicality. And so you can't play games with the cabal if you're playing on a different field. That's why Mom always tried to tell people this is a spiritual war. This is not like rainbows and butterflies and checkerboards.
Yeah, so she had everyone believing that the cabal was after her and they were like stealing her energy. That was partially why she was sick, but as we know, she was sick from anorexia, drinking mass amounts of the colloidal silver. Or colloidal silver. I'm sorry, I can never say that word properly.
You're in a spiritual war. You're playing on an energetic battlefield. You have to understand energy or you can't play the game. You just lose. You'll just lose every time.
And how are you supposed to understand energy? By following their energy reports every day and being a part of their cult. Otherwise, apparently, you just don't understand. And then you're being controlled.
So that's why it's so important that people understand that it's not about looking at the lower and being like afraid of them. There's nothing to be afraid of. Yes, they know energy, but they also can't rise above certain levels, which humanity can.
See, and then this is where the different levels and dimensions come in, where they'll say that we are 3D here on Earth, but Mother God was 5D. So they think that they can all meditate and share energy and whatnot until they get up to 5D, and then the cabal won't be able to mess with them. That's kind of the fear tactic they use to get people into this thing. If you're in this cult, though, then they'll help you get up to the 5D dimension, like she's kind of saying here, and then you won't have to worry about the cabal coming and sucking out all your energy.
So if you can get on the same playing field, you will far exceed them very quickly. That's the key to the game, is that once you've figured out the game, you rise above it, and then there's no one for them to play the game with anymore.
So yeah, everyone's just playing a big game here on Earth. We're all playing football. Hut hut.
But you have to get to that point where you understand what the fuck what you're playing.
And then you see coming soon the Daily Disclosure Show. So I'm going to be going through all of these and grabbing some key points to react to for our next video. And then we are probably going to be reacting to this video as well from just a month ago. So they are still uploading. It's just now they're doing it more on the website than on YouTube. And don't worry, we will also be going over and reacting to all of their websites soon. So, thank you guys for watching. Please do give the video a like, subscribe if you're new here, and no matter where you are, what you're doing, I hope that you have a fabulous, fabulous, fabulous day. Take care. I'll see you in the next one. Stay away from cults. Stay away from scams, pyramid schemes, cults, all that, alright? Be safe out there. Take care. Mwah. Bye.
Love letter to the Creator. Thank you for the new earth equal heart, written by all divine human angels on planet Earth.
Thank you.